you're gonna need, you might need, well, you're gonna need something, some sort of a prop as we get towards the end of practice, but especially if you've got tightness in the back of your legs when we do a couple forward folds. A yoga block, if you don't have a yoga block handy, something from the large ball category, like basketball, soccer ball, football, toilet paper or paper towel roll. I should clarify, thanks to Dana, I mean a full one so that it's kind of wide, like the size of it. Dana was trying to do these with empty toilet paper rolls, and that's made it very hard. What else? A foam roller could work. So any of those, you might not need it, but just to have it handy. Oh, so what I've been thinking about today and what kind of influenced my practice and kind of the rough design of today's plan is that I really want a massage or a pedicure. Someone else touching parts of my body. I think, being away from things like that, that's kind of a normal part of my self-maintenance. It was good massages and acupuncture and releasing tension in my body externally. So we're going to do a little bit of stuff like that today. If anybody else is wanting a massage. And like I was saying to Karen, some more dynamic movements. So we're just kind of like slowly opening up the body a little bit today. So we're going to start seated. So come to whatever feels like a nice comfortable seated position. If your hips are tight, feel free to sit up on something so that when you sit down, you kind of don't feel like you're arched way forward or rounded really far back. And then just bring your hands on your knees. Lift the crown of the head, so kind of back, not up at the front, not at the hairline, more towards the back so you feel some space through the back of the neck. Give your shoulders a little shrug up by your ears, and then slide them down the back of your body. So palms up will be a little bit more grounding. Sorry, I said that backwards. Palms down will be a little more grounding. So if you've got a lot going on and you're feeling kind of anxious and stressed, palms down and just kind of really feel your hands press into your legs. Feel the subtle weight of your hands, just letting your legs shift to the ground, letting your hips open up. And from there, find that length in your spine. So you're really lifting up from the grounded, rooted base. On the other hand, if you feel heavy, if you feel a lot weighing on you, turn your palms up. Kind of feel the space in the palms and in between the fingers. The lightness and openness. Close your eyes. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. And then open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Do that again. Nice big deep breath through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And then to begin to breathe in and out through the nose. Softly constricting the back of the throat. Feeling a little whisper sound created that way. And continuing the breath practice or the breath pattern that we've started maybe last week or the week before, I forget. But you want to think about when you take that big deep breath in, you're going to get to a point where you have to stop. You can't breathe in anymore. And often there's like a pause, and then you exhale, let the breath out. Everything comes all the way out, and then you have to pause. It's very linear, kind of up and down, back and forth. I want you to try to create something that's more like a circle. So as you inhale, you're filling up. And then when you can't take any more, you just slowly start to recede. Let that breath out, and then slowly begin to inhale. So there isn't any gulping or starting and stopping. It's just a really smooth transition from one thing to the other. Inhale to exhale. And set an intention for your practice. Is there anything in your life that needs a little bit more of a smooth transition? We'll practice that physically today, as I was talking about being kind of dynamic and moving from one thing to the other. Find it with your breath first. From here, bring your hands to heart center. Bow your heads down. Taking that intention, the idea or the thought of it, and just letting it drop down into your heart, into your body. So it's more experience than thought, more feel than think. And then we'll begin to move. Open up your eyes. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up to the sky, and just move a little bit side to side. As your hands go left, think about your right hip staying on the ground and vice versa. As you kind of swing here, just think about your breath traveling from inhale to exhale. So the movement isn't stopping and the breath isn't really stopping. And then kind of come to center and change that movement pattern to front to back. I like an inhale to get tall and an exhale to round, but you're being kind of loose here, so just do it however it feels natural in your body. The next time you come up, bring your hands up, leave them up, drop your shoulders down. If your legs were crossed, switch, put the opposite leg in front. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale, we're gonna twist to the left hand behind, right hand to the left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. Look over that left shoulder. Press your right hand into your left knee. And then on your next exhale, look over your right shoulder. So your rib cage is trying to spiral back towards the left, while the neck and the head are trying to turn towards the right. Inhale, feel like you could open up the rib cage, both sides. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist right hand behind you. Nice. Left hand on the front knee. Get tall on the inhale. Exhale, twist. So now the rib cage is spiraling back to the right, and you're gonna turn your face towards the left. So it's almost like the ribs and the face are kind of the end point, but really feel the different pieces of your spine, the different sections, the muscles around them, the bottom part spiraling right, the top part spiraling left. Breathe in here. And then exhale, unwind. We're gonna uncross the legs and just bring the feet together. Massage number one, really basic. Just bring your thumbs onto the arch of your foot and give yourself a quick little massage there. If there are hard calluses, unwanted skin on your feet, just ignore them. It's part of you, you love it. But just keep walking your thumbs up the bottom of your feet, up towards your toes, maybe kind of pulling on individual toes, seeing how that feels. Then take your hands on the outside, pinky side of your foot, and just kind of like you're playing the piano. Run the tips of your finger over the outside edge of the foot. Then go ahead, put the balls of your feet together, kind of get your thumbs under the heels. And just notice what you feel. Notice sensation on the feet. Left side versus right. Good, then maybe take your thumbs kind of on the side of the heel, inside of the ankle. Just give a quick little rub around there. Good, from here, you're gonna keep your left foot on the floor and just kind of pick up your right leg, give that ankle a little roll. Moving in one direction, then changing the direction and moving the opposite. And then let's switch sides. Pick up left, pick up that foot, roll that around. Now following that range of motion, Noticing if your circle looks more like a triangle or something non-circular. Switch directions. Ooh, this ankle is really noisy. Then go ahead, come to hands and knees. So you're gonna bring your knees right underneath your hips, the wrist right underneath the shoulders. Couple cat-cows. Inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, look up. Triceps, kind of the backs of the arms are moving back towards your thighs. And then as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone under, lift your belly button up, drop your head. Inhale, tailbone up, belly down, look up. Exhale, round, tuck your tailbone under, lift your belly, drop your head. So here's one where we kind of get stuck in the end. Let's try to make this really rhythmic. So from here, inhale, tailbone up, belly down, open the chest, look up. As soon as that head gets up, exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Lift your belly up, round your shoulders, drop your head. As soon as the head is down, inhale, the tailbone comes up, the belly drops down, look up. So as you keep doing this, kind of feel that cycle of you're never really getting to the end. You're just kind of moving in and out from one piece of the puzzle or from one piece of the posture to the next. Good, and then go ahead, shift your hips back, curl your toes under, give those feet a little bit of a stretch, maybe even walking back a little bit, kind of pressing your knees back so you really get the bottom of the feet stretched out. Again, you're trying to create some space in your shoulders so the triceps are moving towards the floor, tailbone back, chest forward. From here, you're gonna inhale, come forward. Keep pressing into those toes. Exhale, come all the way to the ground. Uncurl your toes. Toenails are on the ground. Heels of the hands kind of line up with the ribs, bottom ribs, fingertips towards the top ribs. Pull your elbows towards one another. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale, put your head back down onto the floor. As soon as it lands, inhale, think chest up, then head. Exhale, put your chest down, then your head. Inhale, chest up, then head. Exhale, lay the chest back down, then the face. Maybe these get bigger. Inhale, chest up, ribs up, then maybe the head lifts. Exhale, come down. Good, inhale, go up. Small cobra or upward dog. Exhale, put yourself back down on the ground. One more time, inhale, peel up, heart. Open up the chest, lift the head. From here, exhale, put yourself back down on the ground, and then push yourself back up to hands and knees. Let's curl our toes under once again. Lift the hips, come into a downward facing dog. And maybe just pedal out the knees a little bit. You can sway your hips from side to side. Rock a little bit forward and back. And then from here, you're gonna slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Roll on up to stand. But finding a mountain pose at the top of your mat. Feet about hips width distance apart. Spread the toes out nice and wide. And let's cross. Actually, this is where you may want to have a block or a block-shaped prop nearby. We're going to cross right ankle in front of left ankle. Got a little bit of space between my heels, and I'm really trying to spread my toes out wide and get as much of my foot on the floor as possible. And then from here, I'm going to fold forward. Try not to lock out your knees. So if the ground seems far away, use a block or a ball or whatever you've got. And then from here, just take a little movement from side to side. Kind of swaying out the hips. Drop the shoulders. Drop the head. Let that sway start to come front to back. Again, notice if the knees lock out. Keep them kind of soft. Notice if the weight is really shifting around the feet. Try to keep the weight across as much of your foot as you can. Still keeping that right foot where it is. You're going to inhale, come on up to stand. Left hand on the right hip. Right hand's going up to the sky. Take a nice big side bend. As you're reaching those right hands overhead, push your left hip over to the right. And then I want you to take a nice big deep breath into the right side ribs. From here, inhale, come up. Don't fall. Draw the inner thighs together to create stability. We're just switching sides. Right hand on the right hip. Push the hips left. Left hand reaches over to the right. So you're taking big breaths, breathing into the left side rib cage, maybe drawing that left thumb back in space. Inhale here. Exhale, go ahead, fold forward. And from here, we're gonna leave the left foot where it is, and you're just gonna step the right foot in front of your left foot. So imagine you're literally on a balance beam, and you've got your feet lined up, one in front of the other. Again, feel free to use a block if you need one. And we're gonna just rock a little bit front to back. Try to keep your feet on the floor and your feet lined up. If you feel like you're gonna fall over, you're using your inner thigh muscles. But if the block seems like it's still, you still need some more support, you can always use like the side of a chair or your couch. Good, and then from here, you're gonna keep your feet where you are, and you're gonna walk your hands over to the right. Again, they might be on a block or on a chair. And you're gonna take a nice big deep breath into the left side rib cage. Notice what you feel there. Try not to lock out the knees. Maybe draw your belly button to your spine for extra support. And then let's walk our hands over to the left. Draw your right hip out to the side, out to the right side. See if you've got a little bit of opening there. Good, go ahead, come back to center. Soft bend in the knees. You're coming up to stand. You're still on that balance beam, which might surprisingly feel like an actual balance beam right now. Right hand staying on the right hip. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, side bend. So your hips are drawing over to the left as your left hand goes right. Inhale, come up to center. Switch. Left hand on the left hip. Side bend, press through that right hand, breathe into the right ribs. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, prayer hands. Go ahead, fold yourself forward, and we're gonna shift the feet. So instead of being on a balance beam, it's more like train tracks. They're a little wider than hips width distance apart. We're gonna put our left hand on the floor or the block. Bend the left knee, straighten the right knee. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. And just reach that right hand back as far as it'll go. Pull your right hip back in space. Your right shoulder forward in space. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, reach that right hand forward. Inhale, sweep it back behind you, like a giant air guitar. Exhale, bring that hand forward. Inhale, sweep it back. Bring it forward. Good, sweep it back. And then we're just gonna switch sides. Right hand is coming onto the block or the floor. Right knee is bending. Lift the left arm up to the sky. So I want you to get as big as you can in this pose before we go anywhere. Left hip pulls back in space. Left shoulder pulls forward. Let that left arm fall behind as far as you can. And then we're gonna reach left hand forward. Exhale, drop it down towards the floor. Inhale, big breath, open up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, when you can't breathe in anymore, exhale, that arm's gonna swing forward. One more time. And then exhale, bring that hand down to the ground. Slowly roll up. We gotta do the other side, which I believe is left leg in front of right. I hope so. Spread your feet nice and wide. Kind of pressing through the balls of the feet and the heels. Inner thighs and abdomen are kind of holding your space so that you can fold forward. Fingertips to the floor, the block, or your couch, whatever. First, you're going side to side with your hips. Making sure you're breathing. And just kind of playing with general movement without going into necessarily super stretch. Then you're gonna come front to back. Again, try not to really lock out the knees too much. Keep the spine nice and long. Notice where you feel this. Soft little bend in the knees. You're gonna slowly come up. Right hand on the right hip, left hand goes up in space. Big deep breath in. Exhale, side bend. Hands go to the left. Sorry, left hand goes to the right, hips go to the left. Take that left thumb, kind of pull it back behind you. Inhale, come up. Switch sides. Left hand on the left hip, get tall, then lean over. Inner thighs and low belly are kind of holding your space here. Toes are not. So notice if your toes are crunched up, relax them a little. Take a breath in here. Exhale, unwind, come forward. We're gonna keep the right foot where it is, and you're just gonna step your left foot forward a little bit here. On that imaginary balance beam, extend your spine, bring your chest forward. Maybe take a little shift front to back. How far forward could you go and still keep both heels on the ground? How far back could you go and keep the balls of the feet and the toes on the ground? Then kind of find that spot in the middle where you're not going forward or back, and you're gonna walk your hands over to the left as far as they'll go. Keep that right hip pulling back in space. Breathe into the right side. And then as you exhale, walk your hands to the right side. Don't let your feet move. And you kind of got to pull that left hip back in space. This one might feel a little different here. And then we're going to come back to center. Soft little bend in the knees. You're going to come up to stand. We're going to do that side bend again. Right hand on the right hip. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, hinge to the right. Inner thighs are holding your space here. Make sure your back isn't doing a lot of work. You can use your glutes, your butt muscles for a little more stability. Just try not to tense up the back. Come up, switch sides. Left hand down, right hand over. Reach. Big deep breath into those right side ribs. Exhale, come down. And now you're gonna shift your feet. So they're on train tracks instead of the balance beam. Fingertips on the floor. Let's do right hand down, right knee bends. Let's go left hand up first. Pull that left hip back in space. Turn your left thumb to face behind you. Drop that arm behind your back. Lean into your left hand. Open up your chest. Good, take a big deep breath in here. Think about how far away you could get your left butt from the crown of your head. And can you get your left elbow towards the sky and your left fingertips towards the floor? And then go ahead, come out of it. Left hand's going down, floor or the block or the ball. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. Inhale, reach the right hand up. Lean back just a little bit. Pull that right hip way back in space. Turn the right thumb behind you. Drop that arm behind your back. Just kind of seeing how low you can get those right fingertips while the right elbow goes to the ground. And the right hip pulls back in space and the head reaches forward. Breathe in here. And then exhale, unwind. Hands to the ground. Soft little bend in the knees. Roll yourself up to stand. Kind of finding the top of your mat. I'm going to move my mat a little further away so we stop chopping my head off. So we're just going to do a couple of sun salutations. And I want you to think about this kind of rhythmic moving from one to the next. There's a lot of poses along the way which elicit a grunt or a groan to get into them. We're going to try to take all the harsh edges off our grunts and our groans. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Soften the knees, bring the hands to the floor. Kind of knees are spongy, fingertips are on the floor. Exhale, we're gonna gracefully place that left foot on the ground behind you. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. Exhale, just kind of straighten this leg a little bit. Not a ton, just a little bit. Inhale, bend into it. Maybe rock forward. Exhale, pull that hip back. Again, you're welcome to have your hands on something here. They don't have to reach the floor. Pull back, come forward. Pull back, come forward. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, bring it down to the ground. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it back to the ground. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down to the ground. Spongy, no grunting. Pressing into the floor, step back, plank. Take a big deep breath in here. Exhale, put yourself down on the ground. Uncurl the toes. Place your hands by your ribs. Inhale, lift chest, then head. Maybe you're going all the way up. Maybe you're staying in that small cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Big deep breath in here through the nose. Exhale, let it go. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the left foot up. No grunting, remember? Exhale, slowly, carefully, gracefully put that foot between the hands, and then just move a little. You're rocking front to back, not necessarily going all the way into your full range of motion, just kind of seeing what the hips have in store today. Good. From here, right hand's going to stay down. We're just going to inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, put it back down on the ground. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, put it back down on the ground. I never know how many times I do these on the first time. Let's do it one more time. Come up, hand down, back foot forward, fold, shake out your head. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand, sweep the arms up overhead. When you can't get any taller, just exhale, fold yourself right back over. Hands on the shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine. When it can't get any longer, we're going to step back right foot slowly, gracefully, just find the ground, land. This time we'll do back knee on the ground. Feel free to pad up or double up your mat if you need to. Again, you can use blocks too. You're going to pull back and you're going to, oh, I lied. Turn your right toes under. When you pull back, you're going to shift back. Maybe your butt touches your heel or somewhere close to that. Inhale, come forward. You're going so far forward, my knee's even going past my toes a little bit. Exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. See what your body will tolerate right now. Noticing as you go back how much stretch we get through that foot, possibly calf. Come forward. Good, lift the back knee off the ground. All right, we're gonna do twists again, but we're gonna add a little bit to them. Right hand's gonna stay on the floor. Inhale, left arm up. Bend your elbow, put your left hand behind your head, and lean your head back into your hands. You're opening up your chest. Press through that right heel so that right leg is long. Exhale, you're bringing your left elbow towards your left big toe. And then you're gonna inhale, take it up to the sky. And you're gonna exhale, go down. I'll count so we don't lose track. Inhale, go up. Try not to move that back leg. Exhale, bring your elbow down. It might not touch. Inhale, go up. Exhale, come down. Two more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Sneaking in some abdominal strengtheners. Down. Good, left hand goes up. Exhale, bring that hand inside. I'll turn so you can see. Inside that left knee. Chest forward, collarbones wide. Let's just do a little out and in here. So if this is a lot on your hips, put the back knee down. But if you're feeling okay stabilizing, you're gonna do that little motion in and out. One more. Hug that knee into your chest. Go ahead, step back, high plank, no grunting. Breath in here. You're either gonna exhale halfway or all the way to the ground. Inhale, small cobra, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. Big deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Soft and smooth, inhale, that right foot lifts. Exhale, it finds the top of the mat. Good. This time we're putting the back knee down onto the ground. And you're gonna do that movement front to back. So when I push my hips back, I'm getting a little extra foot stretch. You can kind of shift if you need to, your feet a little further or closer, front to back. If you feel wobbly, you might even make them a little wider, left to right. But just move. See what feels appropriate in your hips. Good, and then we're gonna come forward, and we're gonna lift that back knee. And you're gonna think about driving through that back heel. Left hand is on the ground. Inhale, right hand goes up to the sky. Bring your hand behind your head, lean back like a big opening for your chest. Exhale, right elbow to right big toe. Inhale, right elbow up. Exhale, take it down. Move with your breath. And the movement is really towards the upper half of the body. We're trying to keep that back leg straight. We got 2 more of these. Come down, go up. Exhale down, inhale up, take that arm up, bring the hand inside the front knee, and then your choice, knee out. Well, no, the knee out, knee in is what we're doing. Your choice is whether that back knee is up or down. Take 2 more of those. Trying to keep the left leg still as the right leg moves in the hip socket. Hug that knee into your shoulder. Again, no grunting. You're gonna take a big deep breath in and exhale, gracefully step up to the top of the mat. Heel toe those feet towards one another. Inhale, come all the way up. When you can't get any taller, you're gonna exhale, turn yourself right back around, go down. Your choice, hands on the shins, or maybe they're touching the floor or the blocks. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot stepping back. Good, kind of staying with this flow. So for this one, you're keeping that back knee off the ground if it's okay, and you're gonna see how close you can get this front leg towards straight. Feel free to use something if you need your arms to be a little bit longer. Come forward, press back. You're gonna do that 2 more times. Come forward, exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. So think about that strength in the inner thighs. We're gonna press all of this right foot into the floor, the ball of the left foot into the floor, come up to stand. Left hip pulls forward, right hip pulls back. Nobody fell over, right? Perfect. Bend into that front knee. Inhale, lift your fingertips up. Exhale, let's twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, center, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Good, go ahead and twist 1 more time. If you want to get a little deeper into this, maybe the right hand finds the left leg, the left hand finds the sky. Take a big deep breath in here. Exhale, hands are coming to the ground. Right toes are turning out to the side. Left knee's coming to the ground. Coming nice and deep into this kind of lizard stretch with a little extra inner thigh. If anyone wants a quad stretch, keep your left hand on the ground. Maybe pick up your right foot, see if you can catch it. If you caught it and your hamstring got really mad at you, don't worry, we'll get back to it later. Big deep breath in here. And then go ahead, slowly unwind. Hands to the floor, press into the ground, gracefully step back. Inhale here. Exhale, come all the way or halfway. Inhale, small cobra or upward dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, lift the left foot up. Exhale, bring that left foot all the way forward between your hands. So you do have a little bit of space left to right between your feet. You're gonna move that left leg towards straight. Try to keep the spine long. Exhale, bend in, or inhale, bend into that knee. Exhale, move that left leg towards straight. Keep going with your breath. Come forward, press back. Come forward, press back. Good, go ahead, come forward. Last time we're gonna press back, you're gonna find strength in those legs. Press into the left ball of the foot and the heel. Pull that left hip back in space. Stabilize with the inner thighs and the belly, come up. Good, nice. I did not see a whole lot of wobbling on that one, good. Bend into that left knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, you're gonna take a little twist to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale, come back to center. Good, and then just keep moving with your breath. You're gonna exhale into that twist, stabilizing with the legs and just trying to move your upper body. Good, if you come back here and you wanna go a little deeper, we're gonna go left hand down the back of the right leg. Right hand lifts up. Big deep breath into the right ribs. Exhale, go ahead, bring your hands down to the floor, inside that left foot. Turn the left toes out to the side, lift your chest. Back knee is going down, so you might stay here. If you're thinking you want that quad stretch, but you can't catch that foot, really think about pushing into your foot and driving the right hip forward, and then you might also still be able to pick up that foot. 3 easy little breaths here. And then go ahead and release that foot. Bring the foot to the ground, lift the back knee. You're gonna carefully step the back foot forward, fold. Inhale, come on up to stand, sweep the arms up overhead. This time you're just exhaling, hands back to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath in here through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, let that breath out. Do that again. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Okay, we're gonna have feet about hips width distance apart. You can use your block for this one definitely, or your whatever your prop is. We're gonna, oh I lied. We're gonna do right foot forward, left foot back. So you see now, I have a little bit of space between my feet. I'm turning my left toes as far forward as they can tolerate them, because one of the areas that needs a massage on me is my calf. That's gonna give an extra calf stretch. That's too much. Turn that foot out. You really wanna ground into that foot. And then you're just gonna bring your hands forward, block or floor or ball. Press into the right big toe. Pull your right hip back in space. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine. From here, we're gonna take a twist. Inhale, reach the right hand up. Pull that right hip back, and then exhale, bring that hand back towards the floor, the block, or the ground. We're gonna float. So again, you're using the block, or you're using the floor, you're gonna float that left leg up behind you. Left toes are pointing straight down to the ground. You can see that? I have a little tiny bend in my right knee. That's the standing knee. I'm pulling my right hip back. Without falling over, I'm gonna bring my hands to my hips. And then I'm gonna come up to stand and I'm gonna bring that left knee with me. You have to say without falling over, or you might fall over. Open that left knee out to the side and then hug it into center. Do that again. Open it out to the side, nobody fall over. Bring it into center. If you're wobbling all over, like you really need some help with balance, grab onto something, chair, wall, whatever, knee in. Then we're gonna bend that left knee, see if we can catch our left ankle. Hug the left knees into the right knee. Soften that right knee so that you're not locking it out. Inhale, reach your right arm up above. Exhale, we're gonna come forward, Dancer King. Left knee pulls back in space, left hip drops down. We're going through all of these poses in reverse, nice and carefully from here. Come up, woo, not very carefully. That left, oh dang, I put my foot down. Left knee forward, open, close, open, close. Hinge at the hips, I'm still standing on my right leg. I'm gonna send that left leg perfectly straight back, left toes to the ground. Trying to get my torso going straight ahead, not leaning off to the right. Then from here, my left foot's gonna touch down onto the floor. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Big deep breath in here. Exhale, unwind, fold forward. Again, your hands can be on something. Maybe this right foot, ball of the foot and toe lifts off the floor, and then you can wave to me with your foot kind of side to side. See how that feels. And then go ahead and put that foot to the floor. And then fold a little more. And then from here, soft bend in that right knee. You're just gonna step back up to your mountain. Good, we have to do all of this on the other side. Keep me honest if I forget one of the poses. Left foot forward, right foot back. So again, if you want extra calf stretch on that right foot, or right calf rather, turn your right toes straight ahead. If you feel really wobbly, turn them out to the side a little. Hips are pointing forward. You're bringing hands down to floor block, chair, ottoman, whatever you got. Left hip back in space, chest reaches forward. My inner thighs are kind of holding this center line so I don't fall over. And the tighter the hamstrings are, the harder that is. Extend the spine. Right hand stand down, left hand's going up. Left hip pulls back in space. We're trying to make that left leg as straight as it can without kind of locking out. And then we're gonna bring the left hand back down. Soft little bend in that left knee so you can come forward. So you've got the space. A little spongy here. Right toes point straight down to the ground. Bend that left knee and pull the left hip back. So you feel a lot of work on the outside of this left leg without falling over, hands to the hips. Trying to get your shoulders to line up with your hips. And then from here, without falling over, oh man, that's hard. Right knee's coming up. Open, close. Notice if the left foot is holding onto your yoga mat like little talons. Release them. Kind of move the toes out wide. Try to get your leg to do more work and your foot less work. Right knee's coming forward. You're gonna catch that right knee with your hand. Hug the knees together. Left knee's got that little soft bend. And then if it feels okay, you're gonna lean your torso forward and that right knee back. Left hand comes forward, right knee goes back. Right hip drops to the ground. Chest is open. I'm falling. Inner thighs are holding. Uh-oh. And then go ahead, come back up. If you can, bring that right knee forward, catch it. Whew. Right knee out. Right knee in. Go out. Come in. We're gonna hinge on this left hip. Torso comes forward. Right leg flies back. Catch it. And then gracefully step back. Land that foot on the floor. Right fingertips to the ground. Left arm's going up to the sky. Collarbones are wide. Lift your chest. Big deep breath in here. Exhale. Left hand's coming down. Floor or the block. If you've got the space, left ball of the foot, left toes are coming up. And then you're gonna try to wave to me, which is possibly my favorite yoga move. The, what do you call it? The pageant float foot wave. Keep the hip and the knee as still as possible, and then just move that ankle. Good, go ahead, put that left foot onto the ground. Gracefully step the right foot forward, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, get as tall as you can, and as soon as you get that tall, exhale, fold yourself forward. Hands on the shins, inhale, lengthen your spine. From here, you're gonna exhale, step back to a high plank, and you're gonna lower all the way to the floor. Uncurl your toes, make a little pillow with your hands. Oh my gosh, where's the day going? Rest your forehead. Lift your feet and give your feet a little windshield wipering from side to side. And then go ahead, stretch those feet out nice and long and just come up onto your elbows. Taking a little Sphinx pose. Press your elbows, your hands, your forearms into the ground. Pull your triceps and shoulder blades back. That's like the direction you're going. Back of the arms come back. Shoulder blades come back. Chest comes forward. Breathe here. And then exhale, relax. So you need to find something to put between your feet. So I'm taking the yoga block. Square things are easier to hold than round things and oblong things. Although cushy things like pillows and toilet paper or paper towel rolls are also easier because they kind of take with the shape of your foot. But you want to have something that you can hold between your feet, and we're going to lie ourselves back down. You're going to make a little pillow with your hands, and you're going to hold onto that block, and you're just going to see if you can bring your heels towards your butt without arching your back a little bit. I think I'm going to change the view of this camera a little. You can really see what's going on. Oh, there's my nest to the side. Okay. You got your block. You're holding on to it, and you're bringing it in. Your upper body is on vacation. You're nice and relaxed. So you should feel to hold whatever your thing is. Your inner thighs have to work. And then to bend your knees and bring the block towards your butt, those hamstrings have to work. Let's add the glutes. So if you think about staying really neutral from your rib cage to your pelvis, and your shoulders are relaxed, and just try to lift that block with 2 straight legs. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, my knees are off the ground. Some of you might have noticed as soon as you try to lift up, your back or your shoulders activated. See if you can get up and then take a big deep breath and relax all of those back and shoulder muscles so that it's really the lower leg doing the work here. And then rest. Notice what's tired. So you might continue. You can do these little hamstring curls, or you can do the straight leg lifts. If you'd like to try to put them together, we're going to go straight leg lift, hamstring curl. We're still working with our nice smooth breath, which is really hard when the back of the body is doing this much work. But see if you can keep breathing evenly while trying to lift your knees and bend them. And not having your back arch up. I see lots of good movement here on the little mini screen. Good. In somebody's screen, all I see is the toilet paper going up and down. Okay, you can stick with that. If you would like to add, if you'd like to turn this into full bow pose, you're gonna go legs up, bend the knees, lift the chest, see if you can catch. And you can't drop whatever was between your feet. Or at least you're not supposed to. Oh, those look good. If you've got this, you're still breathing, which is really hard to do because your ribs are compressed, your abdomen is compressed, but still try to keep that nice, easy rhythm of breath. Inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and put that block back on the floor. Push yourself back into a child's pose. Take a big deep breath in here through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Good, one more big deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Okay, so I have no idea where the time went today. We're running short, but I want to do one more thing that kind of puts together some of the leg things that we were doing. But we're going to do just one rep, and we're going to do it really quickly because I owe you guys some more massage techniques. So this is what we're doing. We're going to come into a forward fold. And we're going, oh, sorry, I'm going to give you this view. We're going to come into a forward fold, just like we did at the very beginning. Feet like they're on train tracks. You can use your block or not, right? Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, fold. We're going to put the right hand on the ground. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, lift up. Lift that left arm up. Draw your shoulder back in space. Take that left arm, spin your thumb behind you, drop your arm behind your back. Oops, wrong way. So there, I've got my arm there. I'm gonna shift my weight towards my left foot. And I'm gonna see if I can pick up my right foot and catch it. You're gonna think about drawing your belly towards your spine, your forehead towards the ground, your knee towards the ceiling. For some of you, that foot might be really far away. Just keep your hand on your back and see if you can lift your toes and drop your head. Inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and put that right foot on the ground. Just shift a little bit side to side. Now we're gonna do left hand down. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. Inhale, lift that right arm up. Turn your right thumb behind you, drop it behind your back. How far can you drop those right fingertips towards the floor? We're gonna shift our weight back to the right side. Push into that right leg, try to straighten it. Can you bend the left knee? Catch that left foot. Drop your head towards the floor. Left knee towards the sky. Oh, these are looking good. Few people have fallen over. Few people have stayed up. I like it. All right, go ahead, put that foot back on the ground. Feet are about hips width distance apart. Softly bend the knees. Bring yourself down to the floor. You're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee. And we're gonna kind of roll along the outside of that right hip. So you're kind of feeling this piriformis, outer hip area. A lot of times there's a little knot there. So you're just kind of free form, rolling over that area, seeing what you can find. If there's a little tender spot, stay there, or maybe take little movements around it. The more you lengthen the spine, usually the more pull you're gonna get in that area, so it might feel a little bit better to stay nice and long. But you never know, sometimes rounding the spine then gets a little spot higher up. So just wiggle around a little bit longer here. And then we're switching. Right foot down, left ankle's coming over the right knee. Extend the spine, flex that left ankle, and move. There are less of those little knotty spots on this left hip for me. So you might find that too. It's harder to kind of get the sweet spot on one side versus the other. See what you can find. Change the position of your spine. Change where the weight is hitting that part of the body. Good. And then come back to center. Just windshield wiper both knees back and forth. Kind of rolling over the hip. And then as you kind of lean back, maybe you're rolling a little bit over your low back. And you're just gonna work your way. Oops, unless there's a prop behind you. You're gonna work your way all the way to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll on your back a little. Side to side, or maybe front to back. Good, left leg's gonna go long here. Grab your right foot with your left hand. Just take your right hand. Give yourself a little calf massage here. Calves and shins. Kind of using your hand to squeeze that lower leg a little. And then switch. Right leg's going down. You're gonna bend that left knee. Grab hold of your left foot with your right hand. Take your left hand. The lower leg massage. Kind of pinching, maybe around where the bone is. Squeezing where the meaty part of the calf is. Bring that right foot back up. Hold both feet together. Take a little rock here. And then you're gonna slowly release your legs. Extend them long. Feet about as wide as the mat. Arms by the side, palms up. Just have a few little last wiggles in the body, fingers, toes. Be a really subtle rock side to side with your head. And then find a spot of stillness. Take a breath in. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it slowly sigh out of the body. Kind of drag out that exhale till there's absolutely nothing left. And then invite a new breath in. Begin to move the body. Slowly shift yourself over to one side, hugging your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a nice big squeeze. And then slowly coming up to sit. Bring your hands to heart center and bow your heads. And we'll end here. Namaste.